Okay, good evening. Last session we discussed about how to use the assignment operators, assignment operators, comparison operators, comparison operators. Yesterday we designed one example. You tried it. Hmm? We learnt about a KFC form. Able to do it. Then based on that, I will give you one exercise. You have to try it. One small exercise I will give. You need to try it. So, first, at the end of the session, I will give. So, after understanding the basic assignment operators and all, and we have another. Yeah. This is our project. Yeah, we designed this example. In this, our main intention is to understand the assignment. Here we are using some bootstrap accordions and create all this design. Already here meal add-on, user can select multiple and it will get the summary and display. Now, similar to this, you have to try one task. I will upload at the end of the session. That task is, your task is, you have to design uh, a hotel registration hotel registration form. You have to design one hotel registration form. That layout, in that some logic will be there. I will tell you. Actually, I will upload this screenshot into the hotel form, right? And let's go desktop. Here we have hotel. This is the hotel registration form. Yeah. This is the hotel registration form. You need to create this hotel registration form. This screenshot I will upload. In that, customer name, check-in date, total number of days, total number of persons. I given beside type. Customer name will be text. Check-in date will be date. Total number of days will be number. Input type number. Okay. You have to use input type number. Persons also input type number. Select room type. You put two pictures. Deluxe room, suite room, two are there. In that, user can choose any. Amenities, user can select both, like AC, locker, user can choose both. And advance amount is also there extra. And very important, advance amount is mandatory. That means without entering advance amount, register button should not work. If advance amount entered, then only register works. So today I will show you one small concept of how to disable enable. You have to implement that, right? You can try in one way. Don't disable. When user clicks register without entering amount, it should ask, please enter amount. So if entered amount, then only it should calculate. Now, when user clicks register button, then this table should come in pop-up. In pop-up, this table should come, means model. In that, what will be there? Customer name, total number of days, room type, amenities they selected, everything should come. But here one point is there. How to calculate amount? I given here, if deluxe room, then 2,500 per day. Per day. That means if they selected total number of days 2, then 2 into 2,500 or 2 into suit room, that you have to define 4,500, like that. Another important, here one more is there. To that add-on amount also added. And advance amount total will be how much? Room plus amenities into total number of days. Balance how much? Total minus advance, because they pay some advance, minus total. Then one more logic is that, suppose here they selected total number of persons 2, up to 2, it will be normal. But above 2, for every extra person, they have to charge 1,000 on complete room cost. 1,000 on complete amount for every extra person. 2% extra means 2,000. It should calculate. That should be displayed in bill summary. That is the condition you have to follow. Right? So this you have to design. It is same like KFC form. Extra some calculations I given here. Right? That you have to try and manage. Can you try this? Right? You have to try this example. Understood the task? So is there any confusion in this task? No. Total amount, advance minus total. Then if people are more than 2, for every extra person, 1,000 extra on total amount. Total amount plus 1,000 per day. Understood? If 2 days, then it will be per day 1,000. Per day 1,000 means it will be 2,000 if it is 2 days. So this type of concept you will see in almost all hotel sites. Right? You try to design this logic. So I will upload into Classroom at the end of the session this screenshot. By seeing that, you try to design. You use accordion or whatever design style you want, you can try it. Okay, right. This is your task you have to do. Next, after assignment operators, we have another logical operators. Logical operators, we have two important: double end, this is logical end, and we have double pipe, this is logical or. Exclamation, this is not, negation. So this is logical and logical or not. Generally, this, for example, we have expression 1 and expression 2. Two expressions we written. So it will be true only when both are true. If any one is false, it is right. That is the point. Another option is here, We have expression 1 or expression 2. It will be true if any one is true. If any one is true, true. If both are false, then only it will be false. This exclamation is, suppose I said not true. That means it is equal to how much? False. Not means negation of that. Not true. That means it is false. Not false. That means it is true. These are logical operators. These are logical operators. So we will see how to implement them. One small example I will show you how we handle. Others you will see situation wise, right? Let's go to the project and yeah. In this project, let's design a small screen here. I will take now here important. I will take here one data. We have data. In the data, we will create a new file. I will give users.json. I'm giving users.json. Okay. In this users.json, we will maintain some users information, array of objects. Every user have user name. Username some John underscore NIT. And every user have password. So password like some John at the net 11 like this. I'm using here another username, yeah, username, and that is some David. So 1 2, okay, or David suppose underscore 2022 like this, and some password. And here I said some David at the net 123 something like this. Several users information is there. I need to create a login screen. Let's create a login screen. Login.html. We'll design a login screen here. Doc type HTML head, some title, some login. In the body, I will give field set legend. So user login. I will just keep a data list with the data term username text box. Input type is equal to text. I will give ID as username. Okay. Another password, another text box. Input type is equal to password. Type is equal to password and ID as a password. And we will put here a button say login. Now important is here when user clicks login, I have to verify username and password. Both should match. Username should match, password should match. That means we need two conditions. One condition for verifying username, another condition for verifying password. If both are matching, then only it should allow. So if any one is matching, it should show error. Right here, we will display a heading. So heading, any heading style. And I will just put ID as MSG. Okay. Align, I will give to center. Okay. This is the basic design. Now, when I clicked on this button, login button, it should verify the details from the data. It should verify the details from the data and show the message. So here we are writing the logic on click. On click is login click. Click. Let's write a script. So script function login click. On login click, first we need to get all users information. First we have to collect user details entered in text box. So where username document dot get element by ID. What is it? Username dot value. Next, password document dot get element by ID. This is password dot value. Okay. And MSG document dot get element by ID MSG. Okay. Now we need to verify whether these details matching with the data or not. Then we have to fetch dot dot slash from data. We have users dot JSON. And we need to use then a callback function get response, and here it should return what is it, response dot JSON. After that dot, then we will get response users. That means all the users information. Now actually that is nothing but data. Okay, users information. We have to verify every user. Then we need to write an iterator for where user of what is the collection users, and we need to check the condition. If user, every user name is matching with, is equal to what is it, username you entered in text box. If it is matching with the username you entered in text box, this is username. If it is matching and double ampersand, then verify user.password. User.password is also matching with password you entered. If both are then simply document.write. You display a message saying that login success. On a new screen, I will display. And here we will put a break. So I will tell you the conditions, how to handle the conditions first. Okay, else what should happen? So else we are giving the condition else. Else it should display msg.inner.html. It should display invalid username or password. Invalid username or password. It should display like this. Now observe carefully. We are reading every user. We are verifying whether username matching or not, and we are displaying. Let's see. Suppose I'm using username as David underscore NIT. So you see in the user's data, we have David underscore NIT not there. Which one? John. John underscore NIT is there. Okay. What is his password? John at the net 11. John at the net. So I'm giving that's it. That means not correct password. I click on login. Then it should say invalid username or password. Now I entered here John at the net 11. That is the password, and click on login. It should verify. Any user can log in. Any user can log in. For example, I given David underscore 2022. So here I am giving the password. Password is David at the net 123. Password is correct. If password is anything wrong, then it says invalid username password. Suppose I am entering the password David @123. That is correct password. Here you see invalid username. It will be same. Username should be 2022. Then click on login. That means username, password, both are correct. Then it should display login success. That means we are verifying the details from the data. If username and password are any of these matching, then it will allow. And remember, both should match. Username should match and password. If I give or here, that means it indicates any one. No, both should match. In that case, we have to display like this. This is simple. So to understand how to use AND, that means we are accessing the users and verifying the users, and in that all should match. So, but in this type of comparison, it is good, but in this type of comparison, some clarity is missing. Clarity is missing. That is the reason we don't prefer this every time. We don't prefer this every time. We use alternative techniques. I will tell you what is problem here is if I entered some David, so and something, it says invalid. Now what is invalid? Username invalid or password invalid? We don't know. We don't know because if you are not the person who can, how do you know? That means it is saying invalid username or password, but which one invalid correctly? I don't know. Password invalid or username invalid. More detailly we have to display. For that, you will learn about conditions, how to write conditions. You will learn in statements. We will discuss. As of now, not required. As of now, just only how to enable this, right? This is technically done by using the loggers. I will copy this example. This is one small example. For example, suppose I am giving here two things. One is add a new file into data folder, that is users.json. In that users.json, you keep this data. After that, add a login screen. Login login.html. The login screen contains these details. I will copy this. This is the login screen. Here I am using the concept of end. Okay. Now let's see how you can use the concept of or. How you can use the concept of or. Okay, let's take one example. Just basic example I will give here. You can implement anywhere. Let's see. So logic.html. Okay. Here I am writing a simple script. Just I am giving some var data. This data contains an array of objects. Here we have some products. So we have some products. You can do it by using API also, fetch API also, we can do it. First, I will show you plain here. Here, what I am doing is I am configuring here name. Name is some TV, and here category. Category is electronics. Okay, and another name is some Nike casuals, and category is some footwear. And here I am defining name as some mobile, and here I am defining category as some electronics. This we have. So we have name as some backpack. So and category I am defining as So this is fashion. Okay. Now I want to display the products that belong to electronics and fashion, not footwear. Then how? We learned filter na, but filter uses only one condition. So here where result is equal to data dot filter. Okay. Filter is used to get multiple. Okay. Filter uses a function. What this function? It will read every item. What it should return? Return item dot cat equal to item dot category is equal to electronics. What it will return? It will return all electronics which are matching with this condition. I will print the result. Document dot write just result, just temporarily. Okay, I am printing that result. So it will print object, and that means result is an object now. We'll do one thing. So we will print in a loop. Okay. For var item of result, we will print document dot write item dot name. Okay. I will just print every product name belong to that here. We can print their category also. I'm just giving name. Okay. And only electronic products will come. Now tell me how I can print both the electronics and fashion. Then here, this is the condition you are telling. In this condition, we can use or item dot category equal to another condition. What is it? It is fashion. Means either category is electronics or fashion. That means electronics or fashion. Then it has to get them. This indicates either electronics or fashion. Any one is matching, it will display. For example, here I will use electronics and fashion here. Then the problem, because this is not matching now, because filter in that iterator second condition, it is not matching because it is footwear. Then it will stop because end indicates all match. If any one is not matching, it will stop. But here we have to write as what or. That means it is now going to display the details. So either it is matching with fashion or matching with the electronics. It is filters and displaying it. Now you can add more queries or item dot category is equal to what is it? Footwear. Then it will get that footwear also and display. Right? So that depends. You can add multiple queries. You can add multiple queries. But it is used to display only what is required. This kind of presentation is important. These are very commonly used for logical and logical or. These are used. On end means both must match. Or means any one is enough. Now I will give you one screen idea. You try. Because so many things you need to try by yourself only. Because if I keep telling everything and not giving you to practice, then no use. Because at this level, you must able to think logic. Without any guidance, you must able to think logic. After learning the concept, if you get that ability, then it is very good. You can easily handle in interviews. But I will give you some idea here. You try. What is now we will see one condition, right? So this is example only. What do you think? This is the example, right? You have to try that, and you cannot ask for more time every day, because you have to do it. So because these are all not complicated things, very simple at this level, right? You have to try, but that means you cannot take 1 day, 2 days time for designing such examples, because 1 day, 2 day examples will come in future. These are just only few minutes of time taken, right? 1 day, 2 days examples are in future. They will come, right? You need to speed up. That means you must able to do, right? So you might have seen today here we have campus interviews happen for various companies, campus interviews, morning to evening. So all test finished. That means in 1 hour they given 4 tasks. If you have done those 4 tasks properly, based on that they selected. You cannot ask for more time, right? So that means they given 4 tasks in 1 hour. They said that you do these 4 tasks and show me, right? That means you should able to do it faster now. Okay. Once you understood the logic, you try speed, because they expect that generally. Okay. So what is the idea for you to practice? Idea for to ask it, right? So the task is now another one you try. Suppose you remembered we designed a shopping cart. When we designed a shopping cart, in the shopping cart left side, we asked select category, and we given some products. Here some products we are displaying, and we are category. We are asking to select category. Now what should happen here is, so in this left side, we used a drop down asking select category. But now you need to give checkbox. That means here you need to give checkboxes. Checkboxes means now user can select more than one. User can select more than one. That means, for example, here you can give various filters. Suppose I selected electronics. Now only electronics will come. Previously in drop down. But now user can select electronic and fashion. Understood? User can select electronic, fashion, and men's clothing, something like this. That means if user selects electronics and men's, only those two must display. If user selects fashion also, then fashion also should add. Right? Previously, we are giving only one, but user wish you can go multi-level filtering. Multi-level filtering, later I will show. Multi-level filtering means in electronics, mobiles. In mobiles, Samsung. In Samsung, 30 to 40,000. So many levels filter will be there. And such tasks are given to you. That means if you see the Flipkart like websites, and you will see, suppose mobiles, you see left side, it is filters, left side filters. We done only categories, na? Based on category we filtered, but they will give you lot of others. You see, they give checkboxes. They give checkboxes. They give slider, price range. Based on that, we need to filter the data and display. And checkboxes means multiple categories. You see, user can select Realme with ratings above 4. like that multi-level filterings will be there, right? These kind of things you must able to achieve. You must able to achieve. So that is the concept of this. Logical operations are important for that. If you remembered, let's take that shopping site example. Let's see. Shopping, I given, yeah. This is the shopping we designed, right? This is the shopping we designed. In this, what we done in this shopping, we designed the filter that electronics. That means only electronics will come. I said jewelry, only jewelry will come. But I need checkboxes now, right? When user selects electronics, check and jewelry, both should come. That means in this, we need to design checkboxes and we need to handle the logic. I will give idea, you try. Because this example already we done. This example already we done. I will just give idea. Let's say, let's do one thing. Don't disturb this. We'll copy it. I will copy it now. Copy this one. And I will say shopping with the filter. Okay. Okay. Let's paste that entire code. Same everything. Now shopping with filter, run this. Okay, now my intention is left side. I need to, what is it? It's opening, it is taking time. Yeah, so what I have to do is left side panel, because this design everything we know, left side extra, this is the left panel. Okay, here I will add another div and the label. I will say filter. And here I will add an unordered list. List item, we will use input type is equal to checkbox. Input type checkbox. And here I am giving electronics. Let's copy and paste. Yeah. So this is electronics, copy and paste. Here we will put those categories what they have. Electronics, jewelry, so men's clothing. So this is women's clothing, like this. These are the categories we have, right? Now this class I will put as list unstyled. List unstyled will not give the list item. It will be like this. These are the checkboxes we are having. Now I selected electronics. Only electronics must come. Right? I am selecting jewelry. Electronics and jewelry only should come. It should add that and display here. These kind of filters are important. Okay, first let's see how to write a logic, how to get the category name when they are selecting, how to get the category name. So these are checkboxes. Every checkbox will have an ID. Every checkbox will have an ID. So, and I will give the ID as electronics. Okay. I will do one thing here. Yeah. This is ID, or we can give value. Okay, value. So every checkbox have value. So jewelry. This is the same name we give as the category name, men's clothing, like this. We'll give another value, that is women's clothing. Like this we are giving. Fine. Now, all these checkboxes, we need to write logic on selection. Then which event we can use? I will use an event here on change. On change. On change means checked change. Here on change means not only value change. On change means selection also change it, checked change. On change, suppose I will say category changed. Okay. Category changed. Is there any function by that name already? Already there. Okay. We will give some new name. Filter changed. Okay. I will say filter changed. Now this will fire up when they selected. So here we will write a function. Function is what? Filter changed. Here I will just put an alert. Alert, I will just say checked or say checked changed. Okay, like this. Just to confirm working or not. You see now, I clicked here, it says checked changed. I removed here, it says checked change. That means it will be showing and hiding. Actually, that is just getting the name checked selected. Now, very important is this must be for all of them same event. For all of them same event. That means copy for same event. Okay, good. Then how do you know which category you selected if all are same? If all are same, how do we know which category they selected? We can do one thing. Actually, what we can do is we can send this value into this function. We can send the value into the function. How to send the value? Current object value you can send by using this. Current object reference is this. This dot what value? That means current object value. So current object value we will send. Now we will collect the value and display. I will just put console.log. We have to collect that value now. We have to collect that value and we will display that value. Let's see what is happening. That means I will open. Let's go to the inspect and in the inspect we see, yeah, in the inspect I will go to console. Okay, in the console, let's select jewelry, then jewelry will come. I am selecting women's clothing is coming. I am selecting electronics is coming. That means I am removing that electronics, again coming. But I have to remove that. We have to write by using checked property we have to use. That condition we will see jewelry and women's clothing, right? It is again showing it. That is not a matter. Why? Because you just printing na, we are just printing it. We need to verify whether it is checked or not. Every option checked or not. Then based on that, we have to apply. So if I can able to get these names, electronics, men's clothing. Now, can you tell me how many those categories here? How to display only those category related products? Actually, you see here, this is the logic for accessing loading products. This is load products na? Load products is expecting an URL. But generally, load products URL is what we have written. We written a condition for any specific category. For that, what we are doing when user is changing the category, you remembered where category change below na? Yeah. When category changed, we are accessing the category name and applying here because they have such API, but they don't have an API which can filter and show. They have an API to display one product, one category, but they don't have API which can show multiple. They don't have such API. Then we have to manually plan. Then how to do? Let's see. Let's try one concept here. Just I am giving you highlights. Okay. So you have to implement rest of the logic. See what we will do here. When filter changed, we are collecting it. Here to display. That means we are going to use. I cannot use load products because load products is expecting an URL. URL. Here I have to use fetch. I'm using fetch. If you can put all the products in a separate uh, global variable, it will be very better. But as of now, just I'm showing fetch from where http://fakestore.api.com. Okay. In that dot then we'll use a function, and this function is response and return response.json. Okay, we are using another then function. So here we need to get the data, and here I want to filter the data based on this value. Means whatever the value is coming, based on that I need to filter. That means what I am doing here, remember again, checkbox concept also depends. Checkbox also depends. That means we need to add them. We need to add the category and display. As of now, just I am using. So what is it? Data dot. We can use filter na. We can use filter. So filter uses a callback function. Okay. So on this data, we are applying filter. Filter uses a callback function. It will read every product, and here what we have to do, return, what is it? Product based on category na. Product dot category is matching with whatever the value you passed. Understood? That means it will return only what you are defining. But our intention is, this is one way of writing the logic. What is another way? If you remembered, another way of writing logic is we have to use load products. In the load products, we have to define expression http://fakestore.api.com/ what is it? Products slash what? Categories slash, here we have to put the expression as well. Value is nothing but which category you selected, okay? But still, here the problem that you will find. I selected jewelry. That means it should get only the jewelry products and display. Only jewelry products and display. So load products is loading all the categories and displaying. And observe carefully in the inspect here, we have some console problem, and it says that it is unexpecting. You can see it says that at position, JSON position is not matching. Position is not matching. So I click here electronics. So you see jewelry, the position is not matching. It is saying that it is not matching. Actually, the value is coming. Value is coming, and we need to display the category related products. That means the value what is coming. Let's verify. Already you saw na console.log what? Console.log value. And observe carefully here. Actually, this is wrong API. Categories, not categories. Okay. Category. Okay, fine. Okay, let's see products category. Okay. Jewelry. Then you see only jewelry products will come. But now the second point here is when I select women's clothing, then you can see only women's clothing is coming. This should add to existing now. I hope you know how to do it. How to do it. Both should come. That is simple, easy. Already not plus equal. Array, previously we already learned that concept. You remembered load products is cleaning the previous. If I don't clean the previous, it will add na. You don't need to use plus equal or anything. Understood? That means you don't need to use plus equal or anything. Just what you have to do, you have to use it. That means simply what we have to do now, suppose like this load products. Better I will keep here because it is used in a drop down also. Similar function I will copy. Let's paste similar function here. Okay. And what is the name I will give here? So the name for this I will give as this is the function name. Okay. Okay. Copy that. Where is it? Load products. Okay. This entire copy. Up to load products, everything copied. Okay. Paste it here. I'm pasting it here again. Okay. Now what I am doing, I am just changing. So this is filter products. Okay. Load filter products. This is also doing the same job. Load filter products, I will use here load filter products. But this time we will not clean up the data. We will keep it like that. Okay, now what will happen here? I will select electronics, right? I am using here electronics. So I selected electronics. That means only electronic products must display here. So only electronic products must display here, and men's clothing, only men's clothing should display. I hope one more problem is there. What is it? Uh, Filter products. Okay. API is coming correctly. Once check. It is jewelry. Jewelry is coming. Then what it should display? This load filter products is also loading there. It should clean up the previous one. Here dot get element by ID. What is it? Catalog. Catalog, right? Catalog dot Inner HTML, we keep it as empty, then load filter products. Only jewelry products are coming. Now here, women's clothing. Then women's clothing is coming. Now what should happen is the existing jewelry should be there and women's clothing should be displayed. Okay. These two things should happen. So what to do? Let's go. And here we need to display both of them. Load filter products. It is fetching the data and displaying. Let's see first categories loading or not. Jewelry. It is taking some time, okay? And after that, only this is coming. Let's check. Add to existing category of value. Where it is filtering the data, we will once verify. Load products. This catalog inner HTML, don't delete. Electronics. It is taking time, that's it, okay? Okay, let's add men's clothing. Men's clothing also added. That's working fine. Now I select jewelry. It is taking little time. And you should see jewelry also should be added. Okay, it is also added. So it is working fine. So we are adding to the existing data. We are adding, but it is not enough. This is not enough. Why? Because it is working fine. That means we are able to access and add women's clothing again. Then it is added to that existing. This is fine, but this is not complete. Just only one logic we written to add to the existing. Now what should happen if I remove this? It should be removed. But again it is displaying. That means now we have to condition for every item inside the checkbox. Condition for every item in the checkbox. This is working fine, right? We are adding to the existing products and displaying it. So here on body load, just for your understanding sake, I will remove load products. I am removing it on body load. I will just show you the filter, how it works. You don't need this load filter products. The previous one is enough. Just we have to put some change. Okay, just delete the previous. Now see what happens in this example. So the page, and I select electronics, first jewelry, I am selecting only jewelry products will come. I am selecting women's clothing and women's clothing is added to jewelry. That is the point. It is displaying only the details that you are using. Now what should happen when I deselect? Then it should remove them. It should remove them. Then tell me what we can do. On selection, it should display. On deselect, it should remove them. How do we do that? Actually, for that, you have to write a small logic here. This displaying should be done based on the checkbox checked or not. Here we have to write the condition. We have to access all the checkboxes. That means we need to verify all the checkboxes and fine. That means how to do that? So roughly I'm accessing here. Roughly I'm accessing here. What is the checkbox? One checkbox I will just write logic. This is ID. I will give as OPT electronics. Understood? This is to access the checkbox called electronics. Here I am writing the condition. If where OPT document dot get element by ID OPT electronics. OPT electronics. Here we are writing a condition. If OPT electronics dot what checked. Checked. Am I right? If OPT electronics is checked, then it has to get that and display. Else, what should happen? It should load the previous data. That means whatever is there, it should load only that. Actually, here we can write a lot of filters, but we are writing only when it is checked, it should display. Temporarily, what I will do is I will create an else, and I will just put an option, document get element by ID. What is it? Catalog dot inner HTML. I will keep empty. Later we can add other details. Okay. Now you can see here, when I select I written only for electronics, then only electronic products will. If it is checked, only electronic products will display. The API is taking some time. Let's check. Is API taking time or the checkbox has popped? Acha, it is empty. Null means it's not correctly getting the value. What is it? OPT electronics. Yeah, here it is OPT electronics. Where we given? ID OPT electronics only. Okay, spelling wrong. Huh? That wrong spelling I given here. Right. So refresh. Null means value is not coming. Huh? Right. Electronics, then electronic related products must display. It's taking time. It is showing electronic products and showing. I remove this electronics, then it should hide. Understood? That means it should display only which are selected. We have to write multiple conditions now. Actually, in real time, hundreds of categories. Then we don't write multiple like that. We write APIs like that. We write database queries with APIs and use those APIs. That will be more simple. But we don't have their API like this. That is the reason we are trying this method. But this is not good actually, because we don't have data like that. We tried it. In real-time projects, what we do is, in real-time projects, we will create a API with first we write database queries related to that, select this from this table. And for that we create one API, into that we pass the values. That will be more easy. Because we don't have that, we have to write for every one condition like this. Now, only one extra thing you try here. What is the extra thing? When it is selected, it is added. Now, when I selected jewelry, that means electronics is selected. Electronic. When I selected jewelry, so jewelry I selected, the jewelry is added here. Jewelry is added here. Now, what should happen if I remove electronics? Only electronics must be removed. Only electronics must be removed. That means if it is unchecked, it should not clear all. It should clear only the products which doesn't belong to electronics. The logic you have to try. So that means currently what will happen if I remove electronics, everything will be gone. Because in the else condition, what we done, we cleaned up na. If you have to write multi-level conditions, if electronics checked, show electronics. If another condition we have to write, if category like jewelry checked, display jewelry. If not checked, then remove the previous. This logic you need to implement, right? But don't worry, I will give you the logic, explain, because these are very complex things. But for that you need to wait until we learn a concept called condition. If conditions, how to write if, how to write switch. These conditions, if you know, then you can implement easily. Currently, we haven't learned any statements. We learned only operators. We are learning operators. In next level, when we learn statements, you will come across with switch. Based on that, we can easily handle these kind of situations. It will be easy. For that, we have to use if condition. But before that, you can try this with simple if logic. Try, just try. Right? No need to mandatorily implement, but later you can easily implement with the help of other condition statements. Okay. So this, I will just copy this to you. This example I am just copying. You try. But the major thing you have to try by tomorrow is hotel registration form. Hotel registration form. If you can try that, then I can go with next examples. Right? Then we will continue tomorrow. Right? By tomorrow, try to design the hotel registration form. Then this example I will give you detailedly after learning few operators. Meanwhile, if you want, you can try. Okay, na? Meanwhile, if you want, you can try, but I will give you how to design this later. Okay. So once you've done this, then tomorrow we will discuss about other operators, special operators, how to handle and work with them. Then we can finish operators. We will go into statements. Tomorrow we'll continue. Okay.